Even the jelly beans that save the day?
I wrote that down. I wrote that down.
No.
What? Why are you yelling?
Those jelly beans don't. He says in the scene prior, he's starving. They're stuck in that fucking prison cell, and he's like, I'm so hungry. And then 2 scenes later, he pulls jelly beans out of his pocket. Why didn't he eat the jelly beans when he was in prison?
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
This movie would be served if any time that, like, you chuckle, you should take a drink.
Okay. I'm going to tell you guys, this is my first time seeing this film.
Is it really?
I've never seen it.
God.
I've always known of it. I knew that it was a big franchise. I knew that it had a bunch of sequels and whatnot. I knew it had like a video game for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
But I knew nothing about it. I knew it was 3 white boys trying to be ninjas. And so like I was
not trying.
being.
Dude.
Okay, well, let's jump right into it then. Since we got welcome.
Yeah, welcome to another episode of ICBTB Podcast.
My name is Alejandro.
My name's Christian.
And over there, that's Christoph
Perry.
Christoph Perry. Somebody just watched Frozen.
Now, if you're just jumping into this episode, be sure to go back, listen to Tuesday's episode. We had an incredible conversation with Chris. It was fun. It wasn't like an interview. It was definitely just like a legit conversation, which is what I would expect from a good friend of you. But
and not for me.
Check it out.
Christoph, that man there, brought us a film, and that film is called
Three Ninjas.
And if it pleases the court, I have an itty bitty nitty gritty.
Yes, go right on ahead.
We watched a film called Three Ninjas. It was released in the year 1992 and has was rated PG and has a runtime of 1 hour 35 minutes, or for those of us who can't do the math quickly, 95 minutes.
He's just being a dick. Was that an imaginary abacus that you had in front of you?
Yes.
Oh, now you're just being ancient.
It is rated like most movies are. It has a 5.3 out of 10 on the IMDb. It has a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 36% on Metacritic, and Christoph and Christe.
That's me.
What percentage of Google users approve of this film? Gentlemen?
Oh, man.
94% is what I'm going to say.
Christoph?
I'm going to say 78.
You think that low?
I feel like, I don't think it's that big.
I hate the sentence, but you're both wrong.
Oh,
Okay, what is it?
86.
this is like in the middle between us.
Yeah, it is. It's fairly low for Google
You know, I
users.
thought it was going to be higher because of like what this kind of sprouted. You know, a bunch of sequels. It's common enough for people to know.
Yeah, I think it gets conflated with other films though. Like watching this and seeing the scenes in it, I'm like, oh yeah, that was this film. Because I feel like in this time period there was a lot of kids doing karate in the early 90s. A lot of kids doing karate in the 90s.
Right. It
Mm-hmm.
definitely has like that Home Alone kind of vibe too.
Yeah.
It's just like what was working right now.
Right.
Synopsis coming at you.
Right at you.
Young siblings, Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum Douglas, arrive for their summer stay with their ninjitsu master grandpa, who has passed down his vast knowledge of martial arts to the boys. But they're accosted by the criminal Snyder, a rogue ex-student of grandpa's who kidnaps the boys as part of a scheme to get their FBI agent dad, Sam. But Snyder doesn't know just how skilled these abductees are. Actually, I don't honestly think Snyder's that good of a ninja.
Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Terrible.
actually not good at all.
His entire like clan is absolutely horrible.
You mean the Foot Clan?
The they are,
It's 100% the Foot Clan.
and they only have one Asian guy in his Foot Clan.
Who is arguably the best ninja, defeated by the worst thing.
Who? Fun fact.
Are we talking about the one where he like
Licks his sword.
Yes.
Okay.
That guy with the painted face.
Yeah.
That guy actually was Colt's trainer on set.
Oh,
Hell
like
yeah.
this-
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
What?
Yeah, there's some cool fun facts about this. The director of this film, his name is. Do you have it in front of you, John?
John Turtletop.
Yes, he is also the maker and director of National Treasure.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy.
Good for him. I watched that
That's
movie
so
twice.
Isn't that
crazy.
wild?
The first National Treasure?
The first National Treasure
What?
with Nicolas Cage. Yep.
let's jump into something that makes me very proud. Budget was $2.5 million. Gentlemen, we have not hid the fact that this started a franchise. Would you like to know how much this movie made back in its box office recoup?
I accidentally looked at it earlier, and I might be wrong. So I'll let Chris go, and then I guess I'll.
This was the very first one.
Yeah, let's just stick with the first one.
Of course.
I'm gonna say doubled 4
So it's at 5 million,
or
because double of 2.5 is.
oh,
5.
it's 2.5. Yeah, then 5.
Okay, I'm going to read this. This is from Wikipedia. It says that the film opened at the box office in the number 4 position, and by the end of its 6-week run in theaters, it had grossed $29 million domestically. And considering the film's budget of 2.5, it is a huge financial success and turned out to be the most profitable film in the year in terms of cost to gross ratio.
Wow.
Crazy, man. Chris, why did you bring this to us?
I just thought, doing Power Rangers last time, that was iconic. And
You have a trend going on, yeah.
dude,
Yeah,
Three
Ninja
Ninjas
Kids.
is I grew up on that. Like watching it, I remember vividly just everything about that
For sure.
movie. And
It's a great movie. I
For
used
the
to
most
have
part.
a DVD of it, and I lost it. And it's one of the DVDs that I still think to myself, I'm like, man, I wish I could get Three Ninjas back. For no reason other than I just love this film.
You just want to own it physically.
Just have it on in the background. It is such a great film.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking at gameplay of the Super Nintendo game, and the Super Nintendo game specifically focuses on the second one. I think Three Ninjas Kickback, right? Or Knuckle Up, I can't remember. But it's like a solid platformer. It's like it looked like a good game. I thought it was going to be a shitty game because, like, objectively speaking, this movie is like...
Boo.
Just objectively speaking. Let's talk about the acting. Let's talk about, like...
It's great.
It sparked a bunch of nostalgia within the both of you, I'm sure.
right.
It is the most 90s film with the music and the training scenes and the
Bro, I love the music.
It's incredible.
It just brings you, and then I'll wait till we dive more into.
No,
the movie.
go ahead.
No, but even with the Bad Kids, that little hip hop kind of vibe.
For sure. One thing I do feel bad about, since we're talking about the bad kids, is at the end when they do come back, one of the kids is wearing a POW hat.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So
yeah.
I wonder if maybe that kid's a bully because his dad's a POW.
Oh, it could be that.
Well, is that even okay to because I remember I used to wear my grandpa's Korean War veteran hat, and I'm like, why am I? It was a cool hat, but
But I think you can if it's.
It did make sense that it was
related to
written
you.
in Korean, though. You probably should have gotten one in English.
No, but I think it is fine. Like if it's from a descendant of yours, right?
Right.
Like it's just it has sentimental value, and it's like an honor that you have a family member that served, right? And so I think that's really cool. I will say that those bullies are everyone here was fitted. They were wearing some of the coolest garments ever.
it's crazy because that's everyone that style. Like the Three Ninja Boys and
Yeah.
the Bad Kids, it's coming back, which is pretty cool.
The
If
hat
you-
backwards with your hair poking
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Speaking of hair, I just have to that Dangle right now is on point, bro.
Thank you very
The
much.
Johnny
Like
Depp.
Superman.
And I know that there's specifically a photo that I'll pull up of you that you took of yourself
No.
where you have the perfect
No, but it's like
dangle.
like I've seen G.
We're talking about hair, Christian.
No, but-
We're talking about hair.
But G-Eazy, when he does it, it's super staged.
It's strategic.
This
yeah.
is perfect.
I get happy when it happens. And I know
It's
I have
so-
like a shaky
it's
face
natural.
when I speak.
It's
and then the hair
natural as
falls
fuck.
down.
I get happy when it happens.
It looks good.
Thank you,
I'm
dude.
staring
Appreciate
No,
that.
yeah.
Stare
But
at it as
anyways.
much as you'd like.
Honestly, it's why we have a YouTube channel.
But these kids, come on.
Oh, Three Ninjas.
There was that little white boy at the basketball scene who was wearing the black Chicago
he's-
Bulls
that
Letterman
one.
jacket.
The one who does the...
Yeah, super staged.
It's so funny when that, because there's the two main bullies, and then there's their
Yeah.
entourage. They have 3 or 4 friends who are in their entourage who say nothing,
Yeah.
but are in every scene with them. And these kids are acting up a storm.
So
it's crazy.
good, man.
Chicago Bulls jacket guy is my favorite kid.
He says nothing.
No.
All he does is just pose.
But you know what? Mountain out of a molehill. That's how you become that kid grew up to be Denzel Washington.
That white kid grew up to be just out of coolness. Apparently, being that cool changes your skin pigmentation and your acting abilities.
You know what his next movie was? It's
Training Day.
Oh. Damn.
No, but honestly, so this movie is a bonkers crazy movie, and it is a weird 90s film where kids are doing a lot of karate. So we'll just take it from the top and we'll go from there. It opens with the kids ending their summer with their grandpa, who they spend their summer with them every year. And we learn that they are actually not just spending their summer with them, but they're actively learning ninjitsu throughout these summers and how they can become actual ninjas.
Yeah.
Not only are they learning how to be actual ninjas, we find out that their father is like vehemently against them becoming ninjas.
Yes.
All while knowing that this is like the family business.
Right.
Because their grandpa is Victor Wong, making them he's Japanese, right?
And if you don't know who Victor Wong is, he is half Mr. Miyagi.
I was gonna say, yeah, like he's like a Mr. Miyagi to the boys.
He's also, fun fact, another one, that guy was born in San Francisco.
Was he really?
Yeah, dude.
The house that they live in was in Sacramento.
Really? This was like locally shot?
Well, fairly locally. That house unfortunately burned down in 2018.
I was about to be like, are you for real? But...
What? Oh, you're talking about
It's gone
that
now.
house?
Yeah. It's
That
gone
it
now.
was still there?
It's dead.
Dude, I'm actually really happy that you brought this movie to us because how have I not seen this as a kid?
Totally. Tell us your first reactions to it. I mean, you've never seen it before, so coming right hot out of it, what do you think?
Well, I was watching it like 3 a.m. and I was hitting my pen a few times, and I was screaming at so many of these scenes.
It's so funny.
Because I didn't know what to expect. Like this is just a concoction of so many reaction shots, one-liners. There is no dialogue scene that lasts more than 10 seconds without a camera switch.
All right.
Because it's always just kind of like something happens and they're just like, and then another thing happens, and like...
And the music goes like...
Dude,
like,
the music was just so 90s, man. I love
It brought you back?
Oh, yeah.
I do want to say the music was added quite a bit. When Disney purchased this film through TriStar, one of the things that they added, they thought it was a little too violent. And in fact, the international version of this film is about half an hour longer because they kept quite a bit more fighting in.
So many more violent scenes. The international version didn't have like those cartoon punch noises.
Nope.
Yeah, all that stuff.
So as I'm watching this film this time, I'm imagining those scenes in pure silence, and it's actually pretty brutal violence what they're doing. Like when they attack Grandpa in the very beginning, they're actually like fucking up Grandpa, and then Grandpa like runs away and he's like, I got away from that one. It's like, yeah, I hope so. These kids were gonna kill you, Grandpa.
Dude, the grandpa's stunt double, though.
Really good.
Actually, all the stunt doubles were really good. None of
Impeccable.
them looked like the actual people, though.
I know.
Like when they're falling down the stairs, and we'll get to it. When the kidnappers are falling down the stairs, the guy who they got to be the Asian guy's stunt double is just like a white guy wearing a brown wig.
Yeah.
It's clearly not him. It's off the rails.
Another fun fact. I don't know how this is fun, but they said that nobody on set was professionally trained in karate or ninjitsu.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Because some of those kids were doing some high kicks, man.
Wait, they're saying
hang
that
on.
the
Those
kids were-
those kids weren't trained.
no,
they had to
all
have
the
been.
actors. So like,
But didn't you say the kid had a trainer who played the ninja?
for that movie, they trained like they were not previously trained.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That being said, though, hang on. That being said, though, those kids kicked pretty well. Those kids did a really good job
Yeah.
faking the ninja stuff.
I love at the end when, like, the way they were fighting, they started, like, spinning their arms. Like,
They're doing like the Popeye thing where they're winding up.
My favorite one is this one when in like the old movies where they'd be like, boop.
Oh, the fake out punch.
No, this movie has everything, and you know, let's talk about the three boys because you know this movie is about three ninjas, and the three ninjas are Snyder, Grandpa, and
Not Snyder. Snyder's the villain.
I'm sorry. I like those are actually the only ninjas in this film. All three of them are ninjas.
Not even. No, the closest person to actually being a ninja is Victor Wong's character.
Okay, honestly,
Maury.
when Grandpa.
Yeah.
I know we'll get to it, but when the kids are first kidnapped
I
and
know what you're
Grandpa
talking
shows
about.
up
Yeah.
dressed like a ninja, and everybody is just, he pulls down his mask, a la 2021 mask episode, pulls down his mask, starts talking about how the kids are gone, and they're just like, you better go save him, Grandpa. And it's like, nobody thinks Grandpa needs a doctor. Nobody thinks Grandpa needs a little bit of help.
and then what's it called? He does, like, that Batman disappear where
He,
they're like... blah, blah,
he
blah.
like disappears mid-sentence.
Yeah.
Yes, he's gone.
So the three boys, we have Sam, we have Jeff, and we have Michael.
Better known as.
Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum.
Let's talk
Boys,
about it.
the boys.
Of us three, who's who? I'm Tum Tum. Can I be Tum Tum?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
No question.
You're definitely Colt.
I was just gonna say I think I'm
Yes,
Colt.
Colt is a hothead,
Right.
and you're more of like a
Rocky.
Yeah, you're more like Rocky.
I'm
You
not-
got the girl type of guy.
I was thinking more. Rocky's just kind of chill.
Cool
He's
as
just,
granite.
He's just trying to make sure everyone's okay.
yeah, I could see that.
And then Tum Tum's the fun one. I feel like he's like the outgoing one.
Tum
which is
Tum's
like-
teeth should be completely rotted.
Oh, they're already kind of gone.
How much candy? Also,
Hey, bro, the candy, looked so, like, as a kid, like, the stuff that he was eating, I was like, you know, like the Ninja Turtle pizza?
Yeah,
like,
it looked the best.
Oh, I was like,
oh, now I'm gonna need to get
Because
pizza
he
on
was
the way
eating
home.
like a Twizzler or a Red
Oh
Vine
my
that was
God.
way longer than
4
what you
feet
could
long.
buy in a fucking store.
Those are the ones you can only get at like the candy store in like Old Town Sacramento or the candy
Yes.
store like at the end of Pier 39.
Yeah.
It's the like no name candy that like kind of tastes like rubber, but also it's like, yeah, but it's 5 feet of red vine.
Even the jelly beans that save the day.
I wrote
Time
that
out.
down.
Fuck.
I wrote
Hang
that
on.
down.
No, no, no.
What? Why are you yelling?
Those jelly beans don't. He says in the scene prior, he's starving. They're stuck in that fucking prison cell, and he's like, "Oh, I'm so hungry." And then 2 scenes later, he pulls jelly beans out of his pocket. Why didn't he eat the jelly beans when he was in prison?
Perfect. Oh, that's foreshadowing. He was saying, I'm so hungry in the prison cell. And then Rocky was like, or Colt was like, great, what are we going to do? Eat our way out of here? And guess what saves the day is
The jelly beans.
those jelly beans.
Okay, now I like
That was
it.
the
Now
only-
I like it.
that
was-
Now I like
that
it.
was- Masterful.
That was the only note I wrote down because I forgot about the jelly beans. I said the jelly beans is what saved the day.
So crazy.
Also, jelly beans on the floor don't make you fall like marbles. They make us. They imply that if you spill jelly beans, people will fall and break their necks. But I've stepped on jelly beans before, and they just smush.
yeah.
They just they don't roll.
But I do believe that they'll choke a motherfucker.
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah.
that's
Like how
like
Snyder
actually,
just started.
Especially those kind.
the last fight is actually very brutal. Like they're doing real ninjago. I'm sorry, that's a Lego thing. They're doing real like karate fights, and like the stunt double is being flipped onto his back and like reversing, and they're doing good fighting. Like if that was a UFC fight, I mean, I'd be stoked.
Yeah. All the action sequences on the boat, really good. Because like prior to that, I could say like it was a little campy and like
The boat wasn't campy.
No, the boat was actually like well choreographed in my
Compared to the other fight scene.
You're talking about the fight scene that happens in the ninja room, right?
the ninja room. Yes.
Okay, yes, you're right. No camp at all in the ninja room.
Nope, not
I
at all.
also love. I'm so sorry, but I have to get this off my chest. I love ninja films where they're dressed like ninjas in broad daylight. There's nothing better to me than somebody dressed in full black in like noon, handing somebody tea or like
Because the point of
reading
wearing a
book.
ninja suit is to blend in with the darkness.
It makes no sense.
Might as well just wear some street
Just wear
clothes.
anything. I also like the ninjas with guns.
I was gonna say I hated that. I was like,
Oh, that pissed me off.
Yeah, they need some nunchucks
It's the
or
Foot
some
Clan.
stat. But did the Foot Clan have guns?
I don't know what they have.
I don't think they did.
Speaking of nunchucks, because this part is also just, I just have so much to say. When at the end, when the kids make their own nunchucks,
Out of like wrenches.
and pipes,
wire.
and some wires and stuff, we've seen them use nunchucks before, and they're actually. I mean, I'm honestly surprised to hear that they have no prior training because they make the nunchucks in the first scene look like they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That being said, when they're using the made-up nunchucks, it looks like those are actual wrenches tied to each other because they're doing it a lot slower, and it looks like they're afraid that they're gonna like hurt themselves with it.
They didn't have enough budget to get prop wrenches.
So it's a little bit slower. Like honestly, we'll rewatch it, but like if you look at it, it looks like what? Why are they doing it so
the
slow? And then,
director's like, be careful.
Guys, please don't knock your teeth out. We can't afford to put this film on hold for 2 more weeks. Like. Just go slow. We'll speed it up in post.
Okay, as much as we're making fun of this film, Chris, I am actually very curious as to why you loved this.
Because he
Well, I
can't
love
figure
this-
out why you love it.
No, I have like a weird affinity toward it because I get it.
I think
get it.
I think it was one of those movies that my parents played to like keep me occupied. So I just watched it over and over, and I think watching it now just like brings it back.
For sure.
So
for sure.
I what I really as a kid, what I remember why I loved it so much was the freaking mask. Like the mask
The
was
three
in the
masks are
beginning.
so important.
they were so cool, and I forgot that like towards the end they kind of threw it away. Like,
Oh, one of them paints over it like 30
it was
minutes
so
in.
stupid. Like,
Yeah, Colt paints over
yeah.
it, which is exactly what I would do. Be like,
Well, the fact that they have a white room that just is chilling with all these drapes and stuff.
their
I'm
mom
like,
is renovating it, remember?
I know, but
Oh, that's right.
They
That's,
explain everything.
is that where Tum Tum's hiding? Or
No, that's where Colt is hiding.
Yeah, but
and he takes out a whole three
Three
stoner.
grown men.
Yes.
those
Okay,
those
let's talk about the
guys, man.
kidnappers.
Yeah, I only remember Fester. I don't remember
The main
other-
one.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I don't think the other two have names.
One of the
Marcus
guys,
and Hammer.
the other guy, I think Hammer was actually the second assistant cameraman on set, and
He
just
was.
pulled him in.
He
Oh,
was.
what?
Yup, dude.
That is correct.
And like he still to this day is behind the camera. He still works behind the camera.
So the blonde hair dude?
Yeah, the guy that
The
doesn't look
Asian?
like half Asian.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I like the half Asian guy. I would like to, in the remake of Three Ninjas, I would like to play that role.
Another. I did like research on this. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
Apparently,
they're gonna remake it.
no.
Oh, bro, could you imagine?
Kim Jong Un liked this so much in his childhood that his father made it so that they made a Korean remake of this
No
for
way.
Korea.
Kim
No
Jong-un.
way.
Dictator of North Korea.
Yes, when he
did-
was a kid, Kim Jong Il, his father, made that remake.
They didn't just do like subtitles. They made a whole.
a whole
Of course,
Korean
because they're not
remake.
allowed to watch Western films. He was also a huge fan of the Chicago Bulls in the 90s.
Yes.
That's why Dennis Rodman went out to go see him.
He likes pop culture, man.
He likes America. Mm-hmm. Which is weird because now he's like trying to kill us and shit. Mm-hmm. Supposedly, I don't think they could try it. That's a different show. We'll keep that for my political show. It can't be that political. But this is It Can't Be That Bad, and we're talking about Three Ninjas.
Yeah. So wait. So other than the nostalgia, are there like specific moments throughout the film where when you rewatching it, you're just like, oh my god.
I think what I love like visually, I just love like. As a kid, I can remember like their bedroom was so cool.
So really
fucking
nice, cool.
So
And I
fucking
remember as a kid being like, I want my room like that. So it was kind of like just me being envious about a lot of things of like, you know, having the cool grandpa because I had a cool grandpa too. Both
Yeah.
of them are pretty cool.
and you're
Nice.
quarter Japanese as well, just like these kids, right?
yeah, and
Boom.
after I watched the movie, I watched another reviewer talk about this movie, and the guy was like, the kids don't even look Asian, but the fact that Victor Wong's daughter in the movie is half white and half Asian, and she married a white dude, it makes like
It's
they could pull off being
The mom, however, you know, the kids look like they could be a quarter Asian.
they
The
could
mom
be.
does not look she's half Asian.
No, the mom does.
The mom's like Lithuanian or something.
But then like I think of like Bruce Lee and
Brian. Damien.
his wife.
Yeah.
You're stupid. Like Brandon Lee looked white. Like
Yeah.
he looked like Shannon Lee. She looks more Asian to me, but Brandon Lee looked white. So
Well, look at me.
Yeah,
You look like something, man. And that's what I always say. Is you look like what you want to be that day.
I do like that in some countries, Colt's name is Mustang.
Oh yeah. In the international movies or the international versions of this movie, yes, they change it to that.
the crazy part is I didn't realize his name was Colt until I watched it again. I always thought it was Cole. I didn't know it was Colt. Yeah,
So you thought there was Rocky,
Cole.
and he got Cole.
And then Tum Tum. For some reason, I didn't
It's
know.
like they're all
The most
like
basic
sediment based except for Tum Tum.
pretty much.
Dude, I like Tum Tum. Tum Tum, he had to grow on me. I didn't like him right off the bat because I was like, it's just a little too much. And then I understood. It's like this movie. Like you could look at this from an objective perspective and see that, like, yeah, it's kind of like it's a bad movie. It's not gonna win an Oscar or get an Oscar nod, but
It might.
it was in the early 90s, and it made all of the kids that watched it just want to do karate or ninjitsu. And all
Well,
that
in
stuff.
fact, this Disney was afraid to produce a film like this because they thought it was too violent. That's why they made it so comical and silly. But one of the reasons why they kind of were okay with making it into a franchise was they had such a huge influx of thank you letters
from Karate Studios.
from karate studios
That's
and dojo
badass.
masters.
Because enrollment went up after this
Huge,
movie.
huge. I mean, I practice a lot of karate in my own free time. I've never been trained, but I'm pretty confident in my ninja skills. This movie just makes me want to practice harder. When we get a studio of our own, we're getting one of those wooden practice dummies because fuck yeah.
Those are sick, dude.
Those are cool. How much are those? Can
I
we
don't
get
know.
those?
They're like $300-400.
Okay, that's not an investment that I'm
I
willing
just
to make
remember
right
like
now.
Bruce Lee.
No. When we have our own studio.
Yeah, I remember seeing Bruce Lee do it. It's
So fast.
I remember when
Yeah.
Jackie Chan did it. What was the Jackie Chan movie where he has where there's the twins, and like one's like a silly brother and one's like really into it, and like every morning they do that routine.
No clue.
Welcome to Alex's show, Dumb Corner, where I can't remember anything.
That's okay. That's okay.
Christian, being this as the first time you've ever seen this film, did you buy the fact? Did you like just accept it that kids are playing ninjas and that they're able to fight adults, or were you like constantly confused at the fact of these 3 children destroying adults?
I've done this podcast for too long to know that if you're gonna enjoy a movie,
You gotta
a
just
dumb
enjoy
movie, you have to understand the reality that it's set in. These are like 3 boys trying to be. First of all, the title itself is grammatically incorrect. It should be 3 ninja. Apparently that's what, but that's if I'm gonna break it down in that sense. But
Ninja is already plural,
once you yes, ninja's already plural.
like ox.
Yes. So you just have to understand that this is gonna be that kind of movie. You have to know that these ninjas are gonna be dressed in black in broad daylight.
These
They're
ninja.
gonna surround this 70-year-old Asian man in broad daylight, and he's gonna kick all their asses.
Did the opening when Snyder and his goons, the Foot Clan, first surround Grandpa? Did you think that was very reminiscent of the opening of Mortal Kombat? Because I think maybe the director of Mortal Kombat watched this film a couple of times.
Are we talking about the new Mortal Kombat?
Yes, I am.
I don't even remember now.
When
Yeah.
I will say, this movie, if it were to be remade with the same amount of special effects and action choreography that the new Mortal Kombat had, we'll love it.
I was gonna say like,
Make it gritty.
could you envision this style of film like be successful now? Like like
No. Camp wasn't sellable after 2000. After 9/11, Camp wasn't good. Nobody gave a shit about
Like,
Camp.
when's the last time a Disney Channel original movie came out?
Oh, dude, I don't.
I think they're still making them.
2000.
No, they make them quite a bit. We're just
6?
too old
I don't
for
know.
them.
Oh, okay. Maybe. So,
I think 2004, 2005 is when Camp was truly like beaten into the ground, where it clearly didn't make any money, and what was making money was dark, gritty remakes, and then that's why we've had 20 years of like Barney like eating kids and shit like that.
That's the crazy part. Is like I don't remember. Like I feel like we haven't had a movie like this. Like I wouldn't say it's original, but it's definitely different. Like I just like I would wish that we could see something like this be in theaters again, like with this tone and this like kid friendly kind of thing. Because now it's like I feel like it's like a spy thing for the most part, like kids trying to be spies, like Agent Cody Bank. What the fuck?
yeah,
is it?
Cody Banks. Yeah.
that-
Or there was
It's
the
still a 20-year-old reference, but
My Spy. No. There was something similar. My Spy with Dave Bautista and that little girl.
Oh,
That's kind of like in that direction, Spy Kid.
Right.
There are still movies out there that are action oriented, but still geared toward kids.
Right.
Now, with this movie, I think this movie, even with the American cut, was still a little too violent, because these ninjas have guns, and they're straight up. These kids, first of all, should be dead. They're out for blood.
honestly, Tum Tum should have died in the first 5 minutes when he jumps in front of Grandpa's car.
Oh yeah.
He jumps in front of a moving car.
But they're ninja, dude. They could, I guess, survive that.
Oh, ninjas can survive an oncoming traffic?
I don't know, man. This is why we have to throw away like that, the realism of it, and just enjoy it as it is.
Look, I love the idea of training children to become metaphysical assassins of the old age. But I also love the idea of children being able to save themselves and save their family and bring honor to the ancestral home.
What got me upset was the basketball scene,
That got me the most hyped.
and they were like, "Let's start at you guys can start at 9."
yeah.
Like you that confident in yourself?
That scene might be my favorite scene of the entire
and Rocky
movie.
was dunking. I was like,
Duncan.
Honestly, those kids are lucky that they started at 9 because they only scored 1 basket.
The
And it wasn't even a good basket. They got it off a rebound.
the first shot that the bullies attempt
Way off.
Rocky jumps up and swats it so hard.
Swats it like a moth with...
Yeah.
With a,
Swats it like a moth. That's fine. You can just stop it right there, dude.
Thank you.
He jumps so high, but it is frustrating that, you know, like why are they setting that predicament in that way?
Right.
You guys could start at 9 in the game of 10.
Well, it's all about showing off to Emily. And I want to talk about Emily for a second
loves Emily. That's classic right there.
I have one problem with the way that Rocky treats Emily.
Why?
Because I don't mean this in like a bad way. I just want to throw this out there. I think Rocky's gay. I think Rocky's not. She's giving Emily the signs that he doesn't want to hang out with her. Here's my case in point. When she calls on the phone and they're talking, he says, "Oh, I can't hang out. I got a lot of homework to do." And then in the next scene, what is he doing? Playing video games with Tum Tum. So he doesn't give a shit. He's not actually caring about. He just doesn't want to hang out with Emily. She's not getting the signs. Now she's getting kidnapped also. But then she kicks somebody else in the nuts, and he's like, "Oh, I guess she is kind of cool." He doesn't need to fake a relationship for Emily just to make her happy. He should be true to himself and be honest. Maybe he likes the guy with the POW hat. Maybe that's why he fights him so much.
Rocky's not gay. Rocky's no, dude. He's a 5th grader or 6th. I don't know what grade he's in, but
They're
he's
for sure in like 5th grade.
Yeah, they don't know how to handle him, especially when your little brothers are saying like, "Haha, that's your girlfriend." You're gonna try to act cool and not want to like act like you like that girl.
You're right, and the cool move is I gotta do homework.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they have incredible work ethic because they're training to be ninjas. Okay.
I loved how they had the can too, because you said did he call or
No,
was it
the can,
Okay.
yes, the can that works like a telephone, but that's not how those cans work.
No, and attached to podcast arms essentially.
Oh yeah, they were doing 1992 podcasting.
It was,
But weren't they?
crazy.
So they were like neighbors, right?
I don't know.
I think they were just neighbor. Like they were that close to
next
each
door because they could
That's
see
the
each
only way
other
that
across
could
the
work.
window.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why she came over so quickly. When she comes over, she's wearing like an 80-year-old woman's robe.
Yeah, because they have to be extremely conservative in this movie. She can't be wearing like I don't know anything else because they had to like throw as many layers on her as possible.
I guess, but would a child own a robe?
Maybe.
Do children own robes?
I had a robe when I was a kid.
You did?
You
And I wore
babysat
it.
today. Did that baby own a robe?
That's a baby.
Yeah, he does. He does have a robe,
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I eat my words.
like
then.
a
I take it back.
bathrobe.
A
Yeah.
baby has a bathrobe?
Yeah,
So like his porno shoots? I don't understand why he has a robe.
after he takes his shower, or like my sister like bathes him, she puts the robe on, and he would just be chilling.
Nice.
How old's this baby again?
He's
47?
almost a year.
Almost.
Oh, that's adorable. That's
No, it's
actually
very
really
cute, but it's not conventional. For
Hey, but you know what? Like,
infants to have a bathrobe.
I think it might be because, like, who's gonna just sit and let you towel them off, throw them in a robe? It dries you while you wear it.
Yeah.
I don't know. When you have a baby, there's a lot of responsibility tied with it.
It's not like a fancy robe, and he's like has a little bubble.
It's a smoking jacket, embroidered. It's
It's like a
leather.
cute, like a what's like a I forgot what animal it is.
A lion.
No, sloth. There we go.
Okay, that's cute. That's cute. I need to know this information.
like a
You were
s-
withholding
Yeah,
information
it's
about
like
the bathrobe.
like a little cute sloth robe.
Christian needs to know about children's bathrobes.
No, you're making it sound weird, you ass.
Yes.
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 I do want to talk about though the stoners, the
Kidnappers.
the
The
kidnappers.
Surfer
like
kidnappers.
a surfer kidnap. Yeah.
The way they were introduced was actually so comedically masterful. How they were having this like I don't know, this typical stoner conversation in a convenience store, talking about like snacks and whatnot, only for twist them to rob the guy.
Yeah.
And then ask him very politely if they can use his phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really
you know,
funny, actually.
They don't say what happens to the 3 guys.
Yeah. They kind of just drop it after.
They're 100% dead, right?
Not dead. I
No.
just don't think they're ever hired. Unless Snyder's men killed them afterwards.
Because Snyder's right-hand guy, the guy with the glasses,
Yeah.
he tells them in the beginning, if you don't do this right, we'll kill you.
Oh, yeah, they're probably dead.
If you think about it. Yeah.
I mean, because that's a serious job.
Honestly, and of all of the violence in this film, the most like cringy, or not cringy, but the most like intense violence was when they're stringing Fester up by the like stair banister. and he is being hung.
That was intense.
That was so violent.
But then
so
it also like
intense
didn't make sense
that he was choking for so long.
Yeah, because he was able to like push himself up.
Yeah, there's
Man,
no
there's
reason.
some slack.
No
Yeah.
reason why he couldn't have untied himself.
Yeah,
both his hands were free.
Yeah, I was like confused.
That is true. But the way they were acting about getting choked,
Yeah.
like who is it? One of the kids, they grabbed like large tongs and put it around the other
Yes,
stoner's
yes.
neck, and I don't know, just seeing strangulation in a kid's
Turned
film,
you on.
it's kind of no what.
Oh, sorry.
It's just like crazy, man.
It was really intense too, and also the turns where all of a sudden Tum Tum's drinking the soda that has the X-Lax in it, and then Emily goes to take a sip, and without ever explaining it at all, she goes to take a sip, and he goes, "No, that's the diarrhea cup." And then they move into the next line. He never explains it to Emily at all. All she knows is that there's a cup called the diarrhea cup in
That's
this
it?
house.
Yeah,
That she was gonna take a sip of. They never explained to poor Emily is gonna have so much therapy when she gets older. She's gonna need so much help from this fucking event.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty traumatic.
She got her bike stolen from canoodling with Rocky.
Did I fall asleep or something? When did the other two kids get their bikes stolen?
I think all at the same time.
Was it all at the same? Did I miss that? Because in the end of the movie, only Tum Tum has a bike.
Yeah, because I don't think Tum Tum got his bike stolen. I think
I
it was
don't
just
remember the
other.
other two getting
I
their
don't
bikes
remember
stolen.
that either.
I don't. They just took the girl's bike because they weren't even there when they took.
Oh,
the
this is what it was. Because Tum Tum wasn't playing basketball. When they played the basketball game, the stakes were if the kids win, you get to get your girlfriend's bike back. But if you guys lose, we take Colt's and Rocky's bike. So they're actually like the continuity is actually really good in this
It's right
film.
there. It's right there.
Damn,
Yeah, man.
you caught that. Yeah.
That basketball game was, like I said, my
Rigged.
favorite scene. And
I love the music on that and during the basketball game. So good.
And he was like, who is it? Rocky saying to Emily, "Can you hold my hand?" And she was like, "You're showing off again." And he was like, "I'm not showing off.
I'm playing basketball."
He reminded me of what's that dude from Home Improvement?
Ooh,
Christopher Taylor Thomas.
yes.
Yeah, he kind of reminded me of him.
Yeah, of course. Check out our film. I'll be home for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh, I
that's
love
what
that.
it is.
With
He's the
Jessica
star of
Biel.
that.
Yes.
I love that movie.
That's his. That's. Oh my gosh. That's a throwback. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love this film. I've never questioned any of the realities in this film until watching it this time because it's the first time I probably watched it as an adult.
I feel like Snyder, that's the main villain.
Yeah.
He fit like that 90s villain so well with a ponytail.
Ponytail, the white suit when he pulls up.
The way he talked. It reminded me, didn't you guys watch Captain Planet?
Yes.
Captain
Wasn't there a
Planet,
villain
he's a
that had
hero.
long hair and a ponytail? I know there's a female villain, but there was also like a side character.
I just feel like
It's
every
very
villain
possible.
in the 90s has a ponytail.
yeah, something about it.
Every villain and like
Ponytail, a suit.
Also, suit and ponytail is also record executive in the 90s. Every record executive had a suit and like a ponytail.
And they're also villains, so it's not too far off.
No. We watched Airheads, same thing.
How is Snyder? So the history between Snyder and Grandpa is such a crazy thing.
Here's what I think. Grandpa used to train Snyder, thinking that he would be his replacement in the ninja land. And then he fell in love with his daughter. But then his daughter came to America and met FBI agent Sam Douglas. And she falls in love with Sam. They get married. She gets pregnant with not one, not twins, triplets. Because I guess all these kids are the same age.
No.
There's no way.
Not at all. Tum Tum being the same age as Rocky, get out of town.
I'm pretty sure they're all the same age.
No.
No way.
Then that means Tum Tum has growth problems.
He's just very short, which is fine.
No.
You're shorter than me. We're the same age.
There are definitely weird theories that you have on this episode. I'm gonna shoot you down, and I'm sorry. I don't think they're.
I didn't get to the part with the pterodactyls.
I would not want to get there. I think that Snyder was such an interesting villain because when I say interesting, I mean dumb, because that first deal, when we first introduced it to Snyder, he has this deal where he's giving, what is it, like a rocket.
He's handing
Right.
like just a single rocket propelled grenade to a man
an undercover FBI agent that is Sam Douglas's partner or something like that,
Who's
who
from,
has
like,
the
Manhattan.
fakest mustache.
Yeah.
And if you are a sinister villain, can't you see that from a mile away?
No, not him.
Well, you would also, if you were like a good villain, have like someone else do that job for you.
He wouldn't be at the
Yeah,
deal.
he should have had
Yeah.
his friend handle it.
Something.
Yeah. But this is us breaking it down a little too much.
We're not 90s villains. We wouldn't think that way.
Yeah.
This, I mean, like I said, it was my first time watching it ever, and I was still able to like thoroughly enjoy it. But, you guys, I understand. I wish I had seen it as a kid because I want that nostalgia.
As a kid, this is the best movie I've ever seen.
You know which one? The second one. I know we're talking about the first, but the second one when they go to Japan.
Mm-hmm.
That
They
one.
go to Japan?
Yeah, that one. Like I feel like story wise, that one was a lot better.
They had a little bit more money. They had $29 million behind that
It
one.
was. And,
Was the
yeah.
acting any better from what you remember?
No.
I think
But the acting gets
I like
worse, the movies get better.
I like the villain in the second one a lot.
Who's
I
the
don't
villain?
remember the villain.
It was like Victor Wong's the actor's name.
Yes.
It was like someone who he grew up with, and
In real life?
in Japan, not in real life.
Oh,
but like
grandpa.
yeah,
Yeah.
So and then yeah, it was. I just remember it being really really cool.
Okay. And then how many years later was it that it came out?
Maybe like 2 years later, and they switched out Rocky and Tum Tum, so they're two completely different people.
Yeah,
Oh,
New
they got
Rocky was
rid
the
of
guy
them.
who was in the Power Rangers for a little
Yeah,
bit.
right.
Whoa.
Wait, New Rocky was in Full House. Actually, he was in an episode of Full House.
As what? As who?
Probably like DJ's boyfriend.
I think Stephanie's. It was.
Ah!
Are you guys Full House fans? Like, do you
Yeah, I
know?
love Full House.
Yeah.
You know the episode where Stephanie tries to play baseball,
Yeah.
I don't.
and it's like her crush.
Oh, and that's who he is?
Yeah, that's the new Rocky.
That makes sense in like the timeline because, yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna have to. I'm. Yeah, I kind of remember her wanting to play baseball.
Sidebar, have you guys seen Stephanie now?
Yeah, well, she went through a lot of hell to get there.
Yeah, she got addicted to drugs and all that stuff. She looks great now, and
Yeah.
she literally looks great now.
She's pretty.
Very pretty. Anyway, we can get back to the movie.
Do you have a favorite person on set of Word? I mean, honestly, we should give it to our namesakes. I mean, I'm giving mine to Colt.
No.
Colt got daddy issues, man. Something wrong with him.
Colt knows exactly what's going on.
He's just very.
Why do you say that?
He's just like, "Where's dad?" It's like, "Bitch, you gotta work."
I think he actually has mommy issues because isn't Colt the one where he's like, Jeff, don't forget to kiss your mom. You forgot to kiss your mom? Hello?
Oh, yeah, he
Like,
likes
I think he actually
does
has
have
mommy issues.
That's true.
Well, he also has just overall anger
Issues.
issues.
He
He's
just
like,
has issues.
He gets
He-
heated
yeah,
pretty
he's
quickly.
just ready to fight at any given
He's the
second.
hothead, yeah.
See, that's why I don't think I'm Colt.
But also, I think they're great they're great kids because remember when the scene where they were setting the table, which
Oh,
realistically sets a bad example for like kids trying this at home.
Like
But
tossing shit
they're
around.
tossing like the plates to each other like frisbees and like throwing the noodles halfway across the kitchen and it's somehow landing on the plates.
Right.
And also somehow goes the other way and hits Grandpa in the face.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you make that mistake?
He's far away from the dinner.
He's on the
table.
left and you're throwing all the dinner to the right.
Now, like, how from this movie do you think that kids imitated what was going on? Because thinking about it, it was like you said, it's pretty violent. I wonder if like they really tried these karate skills on their siblings and hurt each other.
That's where I learned karate.
Yeah, I'm sure there's moments where I was like kicking things around, but never like to the extent of like
The
trying
eyes
to,
didn't light up.
trying to fight a grown man.
Yeah.
And, like be like, get over here and do like, and then those went like, see ya, buddy. You're like,
Yes.
I like when they do the like the double punches and like these kids are vicious.
You know, with this movie, weird fixation on punching and kicking people in the nuts.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
just
lot of
a
nut
little
shots.
too much.
Lot of nut shots.
Remember that scene when, oh my gosh, we didn't even talk about the big Asian guard who was essentially like the reincarnation of the Asian bodyguard from James
from,
Bond.
James
from
Bond.
Goldfinger.
Yes, who throws his
Throws a hat.
bowler hat.
Is that him?
No, it's
Nah,
not.
there's
But
no-
he's essentially the same typecast, right?
I yes.
Do you remember? So they fought him. Grandpa was up on like the catwalk, just watching them, not helping them out.
Yeah, weird times.
He just said, "Remember the training," and they remembered the training, and they started like re-envisioning the dummy that
Yeah.
lights up as they're fighting it, and it was like almost like a seizure inducing.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It's because it kept on
Fast
switching back.
cuts. Yeah.
Crazy. But I don't like I said, these kids should be dead.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are dangerous men.
Oh, I thought you meant
For
just
real,
because
for
they
real.
made this film.
No. None of them are acting anymore.
Yeah. They would
that's
have.
good
Yeah,
enough.
they would have been done with like Fester and all of them. Like if this was real life.
Like I said,
Yeah.
when they attacked Grandpa, they would have been dead.
That's,
So many scenarios they would have been dead.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But good thing these Snyder's ninja men were not skilled at all.
The Foot Clan.
All of them sucked.
Yeah,
all of
it
them.
looks like they go through a lot of training, though.
And very dumb.
They
They're all very.
are.
Do you remember like?
I like their goggles, though.
Why was there a telephone in the kids' cell when they
Oh,
got
yeah.
kidnapped?
Makes no sense.
And then they're like, "Hey, just calling. Can you call us back because we want to see if it works?"
Great tactic, though. And like my thing is, how does he know that's gonna work? Has he done that before? Has he like had to call somebody on a payphone and be like, "Call me right back," and I'll pretend to be somebody else?
Every idea they've had has
Works
worked.
flawlessly.
The whole X-Lax in the soda.
They knew what they was doing.
I also like how they're like, we got to get to phase 2, and then like, wait, before we do that, let's do the X-Lax thing. And then once they're done with the whole X-Lax thing, they're like, haha, back to phase 2. And it's like, whoa, these kids are like really on a mission.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised at how long phase 1 was.
Phase 1 is way longer than phase 2, and then we never find out what phase 3 is. Phase 3 is bury the bodies.
Oh.
It was and the poor babysitter too got messed up.
I know they did her dirty.
Yeah.
But that pizza that stuck her looked hella
Looked
good.
delicious.
That's what you were saying, like when you watch Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, something about like the 90s. Like I don't know. They displayed food pretty good.
It looked so cheesy
Oh yeah.
in the best way possible. Even them at the very end talking about like, let's get pizza. It made me hungry because I was envisioning the pizza that was being thrown around in the house.
All right. Dude.
I just want to say that gentleman who we said it looks like the guy from Goldfinger, his name is Professor Tanaka,
Oh, he is a professor.
and he was a professional wrestler. He's not actually a professor.
Why?
That's
That's his
that's
wrestler
his
name?
wrestling name is Professor Tanaka.
So the dude that was in Three Ninjas.
Yes,
Didn't
yes,
the
yes.
guy
Big
who,
Asian guy.
who was in Goldfinger? Didn't he like go to jail? Like didn't he actually kill
Oh, was
someone?
he a criminal? I
With
don't
a
know.
hat?
He's a James Bond guy, so
You know what? I don't know.
I think I've heard something like
Hey,
that.
I believe it though.
Hey, everybody goes to jail for something.
No, not everyone.
My best person on set award is the director of this film because I think this film wouldn't have gotten off its crazy feet without John Turtle.
Turtletub, I think is what it is.
It's TURTEL.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Turtletop.
Don Turtletop.
Damn.
Yeah, the director.
So that's my best person on set award.
How about you?
Chris, do you have a best?
I'm
person?
gonna say Colt just because he was in the second one. He made it through.
Yeah,
the only one who
that's
made
a
the
good
cut?
reason.
Yeah.
Well, because he had a trainer on set. He actually learned ninja.
Yeah.
Why did the other kids drop out? Do you know why?
They didn't learn ninja.
I don't know.
Ninjitsu, I think, is like a
No. Ninja.
It's better than Ninjago. When you said Ninjago earlier, it's not Ninjago.
I was waiting for that to not come up again, but thanks for saying Ninjago again.
It's a recorded medium. It could come up whenever the hell the person rewinds it.
No.
So that's your best person on set?
Yeah.
Who's yours?
I'm going to give mine to like Victor Wong. He was the only actor that has been in all 4 of the Three Ninjas movies.
Shit.
Good for you.
Yeah, even though like his acting, it was perfect for this kind of movie. Like I said, this is just a bunch of reaction shots after every single punch and all that stuff. But there is a time and place for it, and that time and place was 1992. And watching this again, revisiting this as a 27-year-old, it did its job. I understood why it was made, and I understood why kids in the 90s really liked it.
Honestly, 30 years has done this film a lot of good justice. It's helped it quite a bit. It's aged like a fine wine.
I was gonna say props to you for being able to watch it without being a kid and seeing it, because if you told me to watch it and I haven't seen it, I couldn't watch it.
You would have turned it off.
I would have turned it off for sure.
The nostalgia helped me get through it too.
Yeah.
Like I said, I watched that 3 in the morning and I was hitting my pen, and so there was like definitely helped.
And also, we watch bad movies like for our life. So.
Our threshold for bad movies is
so low.
We could watch anything at this point.
I'm riding so low.
Crazy.
But I do appreciate you bringing this movie. I like the trend
Ninjas.
of just like 90s movies, of just like nostalgia. You really like to hit nostalgia with the bad movies that you bring to this podcast.
Facts.
Next, we're doing Enter the Dragon, right?
Oh,
No, that's rated way too
It's
high,
rated-
but I would
I
love to
know,
do some
that'd
sort of
be
Bruce
so-
Lee film.
that-
I
would be
do.
freaking great.
This is the one where he fights Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, yes. I mean,
No, that's Game
Fist-
of Death.
Game
I
of
think.
Death.
whoa. Oh, it's not the same. Well, how many
No.
movies does he wear the yellow jumpsuit?
Just,
At one
that,
point,
that
I
one's
think
Game of Death.
Yeah.
Just Game of Death?
because then the other one is when he has the 3 cuts on him. That's
Enter the
Enter
Dragon with the
the
black
Dragon.
pants.
Mhm.
And that one, which one's the one he fights Chuck Norris? Is that Enter the Dragon?
Oh, that's a different one.
that one is, I think, and also like a short. That's not like one of his full feature length.
I'm not well versed in Bruce Lee films. I'm a little more versed in Jackie Chan films.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like because he's hidden like both. Like, okay, you do your own stunts and you're
He's
funny.
a great singer. Oh,
I would love to do karaoke with Jackie
if I got you
Chan.
tickets to Jackie Chan
Yes.
live in concert,
If you got me tickets to Jackie Chan doing a pirouette, I'd do it. I would go. Him doing anything, I'm there.
The Chuck Norris one is called The Way of the Dragon.
Way
so
of
it's
the
close.
Dragon.
Ah,
well, as always, guys, I've been Alejandro.
and I've been Christian.
That guy over there. That's
Christoph.
Were you able to say everything that you had on your mind regarding this movie?
Yeah, the only thing I really wrote down was the jelly beans.
The jelly beans.
Yeah, because I thought that was.
Oh, another thing. So the of the bullies, the fat black kid, he is actually. Have you guys seen Boys in the Hood? Mm-hmm. He is the kid version of Ice Cube.
yes.
Yes,
Oh shoot!
which is why I was like.
I know that face.
I was wondering. I was like, "Who are you? Who are you?" I've seen you do way better acting, but you look the same.
Damn.
Honestly, he's doing really good acting. If that POW had any incentive as to the character building he did off screen, impeccable acting.
Well, he's the most successful one, I would say, on set. He's my best person on set. If he was able to
Good.
go from a movie like this
Yeah.
and then do Boys in the Hood, probably the same year, the year after. I don't know when it came out, but yeah, that's incredible.
Crazy.
I do want to make a shout out to us. We had one of our listeners reach out to us and ask us to make a shout out. I have a cousin, Jeff, and he has a nephew named Jamin who is going through heart surgery today, I believe, as we're recording this. So we just want to send a special shout out and some ICBTB love out to you, Jamin, out
Yeah.
in Minnesota.
Our thoughts go out to you.
Yeah, man. Good luck with that surgery. And if you're anything like Jeff, you'll get through it. No problem.
Yeah. Thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah, guys.
Shout out to the baddies. Shout out to you, Chris. Is there anything you want to plug and say right before we go?
I'm good. Thank
Can
you
you
guys.
look into the camera real quick and give us one piece of advice on how to make our feet smell less?
Or just whatever the hell you want to say.
Okay, yeah, or whatever.
One day, you're gonna see yourself and be like, "Why did I do that?" Or, "Who am I?" And you shouldn't be talking to yourself like that. You should just be, you know.
Incredible.
You should just be.
Incredible.
Be yourself.
Oh, please break it to a
Continue,
musical
continue.
number,
Well, it's
please.
the end. It's the end. Do whatever the hell you want.
Be yourself. Be yourself. Just be all the things
Do
you
it.
are.
Show
Be yourself
one
and
nipple.
tell your
Show
people
one
that
nipple
you
before we're
are
out.
of who you
Fine,
love.
fine,
Would
fine.
be yourself.
Follow him
Be
at the
yourself.
Creative Chip. Follow him at ChristopherPerry.ccf.
Follow me at call_me Jesus.
And me at Christian Has Asthma. Follow the podcast at ICBTB Podcast. Visit the website at icbtb.com or itcan'tbethatbad.com. Subscribe and follow everywhere you listen or watch us on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, comment, share with your friends because that's how we're going to get out there with the SEO, which is search engine optimization, motherfuckers, and help us out because we're trying to make this a thing and quit our day jobs.
You should get a job with like a medicine. You know, at the end when medicines go really fast,
Side effects are small penis, small balls.
it's always like death. It's always like, do you have headaches? This medicine will kill you if you take it.
and it's like two happy old
Two
men.
rocks like hanging out.
Okay, we're out of here.
Anyways.
Bye. That was 3 Ninjas. See you next week, y'all.
3 ninjas.